Hi, I'm Liv, podcasting from Italy.
And I'm Tina, podcasting from the Philippines. Welcome to Merienda Therapy Podcast, a show where we celebrate our 40s one merienda at a time. Hi mga ka-merienda, this is Tina. Welcome back. And to all the new listeners, welcome to our show where we talk about our 40s. Hi, Liv.
Hi Tina. Hi mga ka-Merienda. Welcome back to Merienda Therapy. Before I tell you a little bit more about this episode, I just wanted to thank you all kasi we are now at the end of our first season. So to everyone who subscribed to our channel, our YouTube channel, our Spotify, and who followed us on our socials, thank you very much for your support.
Thank you.
And we hope you would continue following us next year. So, as Tina mentioned, this would be our pangilan na ba to, Tina?
13.
13th episode. Yeah, so we're wrapping up the year with our 13th episode, and hopefully you would all watch this. And we think we save this episode for our last one because we think this would be very useful now. Tungkol saan ba ang ating episode ngayon, Tina?
Yes, it's very timely kasi ngayon ang bigayan ng mga 13th month pay. We're on our 13th episode and this is the time for 13th month pay or Christmas bonuses. So we are going to talk about how to budget our money in this episode. Yeah, and Christmas, kung napapansin nyo, nakapula kami ni Liv kasi malapit na magpasko. Yeah, so
and you will be seeing our Christmas themed merienda later on. But so managing our, not only hopefully our 13th month bonuses, but our money in general.
Monthly finances, our finances in general, especially at this age. Kasi we've been working for 15, 20 years and then we have about 20 years to retirement. So what do we do now, to save for the future?
Yeah, and it's a reality, I think, that applies to, I guess, regardless of age, but especially so at this age, whether we're single or we have families, iba kasi yung headache ng budgeting sometimes. So hopefully this episode and also our guests would be able to give you some tips, some help, some, a little bit of guidance on what we can do to better manage our finances para less stress, less headache, and medyo mas carefree ang buhay natin sa ating 40s.
Yes. Our guest today is somebody who knows money like the back of his hand. Sherwin is an AVP and department head at BPI Wealth, a trust corporation. He is a pastoral leader at West Sector University District of Angligayan ng Panginoon Community. He is married to Ethel and father to Sab and Ziki, 4 and 2 respectively. Welcome, Sherwin. You have toddlers.
Hi. Hello to both of you, Liv and Tina. Thank you for having me and inviting me over.
Yeah, thank you for sparing us your time. Masyado kang busy. Nasa office ka pa ngayon.
Yes, oo. Siyempre, dapat priority natin yan.
Kailangan kumita. And actually, Sherwin, we in the previous episode, we said that, of course, we'd like to think lahat ng episode namin gusto namin and maganda. But this would be our last episode for the year. So we kind of saved the best for last. And you are our guest. So welcome.
Grabe.
Last episode. Pressure ba?
Oo, it's parang it's a privilege, no? To be invited as the last speaker for the year.
Yes. Kasi napaka-importante ng money, no? Money matters. Grabe, especially in this season of spending.
Without money, no merienda. So, kailangan talaga ayusin.
So, sana napanood mo yung mga previous episodes namin kasi nagsisimula kami by showing our merienda. Anong merienda mo, Sherwin?
Ay, nakain ko na. Nakain ko na
lang yung wish mong merienda? Anong minerienda mo?
Oo, kanina. Ang minerienda ko, no, yung parang chicken siya, chicken pie. Na type.
Parang empanada. Since magki-Christmas ngayon, bibingka ang aking, I made this. Bibingka ang aking merienda with shredded coconut and salabat. Okay, ikaw, Liv.
Wow, ko na.
Yeah.
Wala akong time kasi may class. So dumaan ako ng pasticceria. So
Mhm.
bumili ako ng cookies. And I have hot chocolate, chocolate calda, and meron
Ah.
akong Christmas na mug. Nakikita ba?
Yes, yes. Ako nga kanina naghahanap eh. Nabasag na pala.
Tamang-tama, may nagregalo sa akin 2 days ago. So, okay, sakto ito sa episode natin. Siyempre, iba-iba yung parang financial state natin. I think depende sa age natin, right? May mga ganun ba? Parang stages or I don't know how you would call that.
Yeah, actually, good thing that you've mentioned that, Liv, no? Uh, in our lives kasi there are many different stages. Parang I want to call it the different life stages or
Mhm.
even goals, no? So if we are to break it down into 5 different stages, we have the first stage, we call it usually the formation stage. The formation stage, usually those are the ages 25 and below. So these are the stages when we usually learn how to start saving, yung kumbaga the formation. These are the times when our teachers, our parents are teaching
Mhm.
us how to save, probably put it in a piggy bank, di ba? Yung mga ganyan. So less than 425. So that's why it's called formation stage. So you get more of the initial knowledge, no, from these stages. And then right after that, yan, ito na yung medyo cash-rich stage to eh. Kasi these are the orientation stage. So usually these are between the 25 to 30 years of age. No, orientation because of course during this period parang people would now have their jobs, no? Parang those are the times na fresh grad yung person, and at the same time cash rich, no? Because no responsibilities yet.
Mhm.
At the same time, they spend much of their money probably hanging around with friends, trips, vacations, gadgets. No? So uh, literally, it's more of orienting themselves on what
What to do?
possibilities out there, di ba? Parang ganun. So that's why it's the orientation stage. Then right after that, ito medyo critical, no? We call it the survival stage, no? These are usually the ages between 30 to 55 years old, no?
Mhm.
So imagine it's a very long parang time span because these are the times na people would now be establishing their career,
Mhm.
their life, no? So slowly they're building up their finances, but at the same time, since these are the people who are now building their own families, syempre lumalaki expenses niya, no?
Yeah.
They prepare for their future through probably getting some loans for their future house, future cars, and of course there are amortizations, no?
Mhm.
And they need to prepare for that. So may mga debts na rin yan. So kaya survival because somehow the inflows are the same with the outflows. Parang it's catching up, di ba? Eventually. So if you're not really keen on maximizing your cash flow or your budgeting techniques, medyo talagang mahihirapan yung person on the survival stage. But there's always that bright light after the tunnel, no? Yun yung tinatawag natin nag-accumulation stage. No? These are usually the ages 55 to 60. So, kung mapapansin nyo, medyo 5 years lang, no? 55 to 60 before the retirement age, which is usually in the Philippines is 60 years old. But these are the times na accumulation because probably mataas na yung sweldo ng person. At the
Mhm.
same time, tapos na lahat ng mga responsibilities niya or yung mga debts
Mhm.
niya, fully paid na. Kung nag-loan siya ng 15, 20 years sa pag-ibig, no? Probably by this time, tapos na yan, fully paid na. At the same time, yung mga anak niya, graduate na rin, no? Hopefully, no? So, talagang sa kanya lang lahat, no? So, yung mga income niya because of his or her high position in the company, malaki na, pero wala masyadong expenses. So, talaga ma-accumulate yung wealth But again, the challenge there is it's only 5 years left before the what we call as the final stage, which is the preservation stage. That's your golden years. So we wanted to call that golden years because retirement na yan, di ba? Pero in reality, preservation yan because whatever you have built from the start of your life up to the preservation stage, yun lang yung magagamit mo and for the rest of your life as preservation. So you need to really preserve, di ba? So not only that you have acquired that significant amount of money for your retirement, but you also need to prevent further depreciation, further outflow of that money to at least cover you for the remaining years of your life. So sabi ng iba, baka depende, no? Yung iba sabi, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years left. Pero what if tumagal ka pa na mas tagal? So that's something that you need to also consider and think about, no, on preparing for your retirement.
So we are, us 40 somethings, we are in the survival mode, in the survival stage.
Yes, so currently we are all on the survival stage, no, which is both good and challenging, but at the same time, of course, with the right approach, with the right techniques, financial management, kaya naman. Kaya naman.
Para pala siyang leave, no? Kasi we had a health episode before and we talked about, starting healthy early in life and you reap the benefits after. I mean, in the long run. Ang money health is like, physical health. So
And I was going
it pays to start early. Pero kung hindi ka nga nag-start ng early,
so challenging na yung survival stage, that is given that pinagdaanan natin yung orientation. But what if orientation is also happening now? And yung formation hindi masyadong na-form, right? I mean, realistically speaking, right? Like ako, ngayon ko lang narinig yung stages na yan. And I think reality is, kasi guide yung ages na sinabi mo, Sherwin. So what to follow yun, then yung 40s, kung dito pa lang nangyayari yung formation, may konting orientation, at the same time survival, then it's even more challenging.
It's good that you mentioned that, Liv, no? Kasi alam nyo, in preparing for whatever future state, time is always your best friend, no? So especially when you're saving, and probably later on we'll discuss more on the investing naman, kasi it's not only good to know that you are saving, but it's important to understand that you need to invest as well for your future. Kasi saving lang alone is just accumulating, no, wealth, di ba? Parang kumbaga sa Tagalog yun, it's just pag-iimpok, di ba? It's just setting aside a portion of your income or revenue, and that's it. But you need to grow it, di ba? You need your money to work for you. That's the concept of investing, no? Allowing your money to also work for you. So at the same time, from your end, you're working hard, but the one that you have set aside, your money, which you save, when you invest it, it's also working. No? So both of you are working. So there's two income, di ba? To further increase your wealth.
Yeah. So paano naman before, syempre it's really important that we invest on top of savings, no? Pero before we get to that, I think kailangan muna natin ma-budget yung mga kailangang bayaran, for example, at this month, right? What would you say? I haven't lived in the Philippines for a long time, so I think mataas na din ang cost of living. Paano yung realistic budgeting ba ng household, for example? Ano ba yung, may ganun ka bang figure na we can use as an example?
Sabi nga nila, in the Philippines, no, di ko alam kung how accurate it is, pero for a family of probably 4, the ideal income na para maging comfortable, quote-unquote comfortable, is 150,000 pesos.
150
So,
gross
a month.
or net?
I would like to think na it's net kasi yung gross, 'di ba? Ang laki ng tax dito din sa Philippines, 'di ba? Pero hopefully, kasi kung 4 yun, of course, syempre may mga tuition, mga pagkain pa. So, that's the ideal daw for a comfortable life, no? So, regardless of the age of the children, I think for the 150,000, you need to really budget that.
Kasi you have to pay for housing amortization. Magkano ba ang
Correct.
maybe around 20,000? Is it on the low?
That's a low end yun.
Low end.
That's a conservative
So
one.
20 to 40, mga 20 to 40 housing lang. And then you have to do the groceries at least maybe 10, 15
Yes,
thousand a month, and then
a month.
and then utilities
Without
10,000.
amortization. Yeah, there's rent, no? Magkano na ba ang rent? I think marami pa rin
20.
rent.
I think 20.
1,000.
Maybe 20 is a
Sa
safe number.
Yeah, sa mga condo, I think kung
Mga
sa
20,
Makati
20,
and BGC, mga ganun, 30 to 40 for
Yes,
one
I think
bedroom,
one
mga ganyan.
Kasi
Oo.
mga family, hindi naman pwedeng studio.
Oo, syempre, di ba? So, kung Manila side or the other cities, medyo mas mababa ng konti. Pero if you're working in Makati or BGC, naku, mas mahal yun.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
parang nasa 40, let's say, either amortization or rent, kaltas na agad yun.
Oo.
Let's say, comfortable budget na
House pa
na-mention
lang
ni
yun,
Shirley
no?
na 150, right? I don't know paano ang utilities, may Wi-Fi,
Utilities,
may phone
say,
bills, kung may Netflix pa.
Yeah, with phone siguro 10 at least. Maybe, I mean, with
10,
everything,
yeah.
with phones
Realistic
and
naman yun. Okay.
yeah.
Mhm, mhm.
And then you have food, groceries nga. So
Groceries, malaki yan. Mga 50 to 20 kung
Oo.
talagang
Kung
hindi ka
four.
magtitipid.
You know, for and yaya. Do you have yaya? Ano?
Oh yes, oo. Nako, speaking of mga household help, no? Medyo kasabayan ng inflation eh. Lalo na nung dumating yung mga
Nasa news
nauso
na
yung
nga yun
Pogo. Oo, yung nauso yung Pogo, talagang tumaas yung mga nila,
Talaga?
rate nila.
Kasi
Yes,
maraming
oo.
kumukuhang Chinese.
Maraming kumukuha, saka grabe sila magpasweldo. So, yun nga, syempre kasama yan sa expenses mo.
So siguro ang expenses ng one, including their food, siguro around 10, 12, mga ganon. Kasi
Sabi mo
may,
na mga ganon.
may supplies pa
Correct.
and SSS and all.
Covered yan. No, mga 10
And
to
that
12.
allows kasi both couples to work, no? Kasi wala namang
Mhm.
so kailangan talaga siya. So we're almost 100 na dun sa example ng budget.
Tapos,
Right?
and wala pa yung entertainment because you have to entertain the kids.
Wala pa.
Wala pang social
Oo.
activity dyan.
Wala pang social activities and then you have to clothe the kids, you have to clothe everybody.
Correct.
Car.
Saka education, grabe ang education. I just wanted to highlight that education is one of the highest inflation
Right.
in the country, no?
And mahal ang
So-
preschool, di ba? So when they're starting, mahal na kagad. Nasa 80,000,
Yes.
100,000. I mean, some. But then maybe you can start from 50. 50 ba? Meron? 50. Kasi hindi kami familiar
Meron
sa
na for the
kids tuition eh.
Ako nga kinder eh. Kinder I paid more than 100
For one.
for 1 year. Kinder palagi nagpe-play school lang.
Grabe.
So,
no? Tapos,
grabe, di ba?
and then yung baon, school supplies.
Correct.
So you really
Tapos,
have to survive
syempre,
lang. So survival, it's an apt term, survival.
That's
stage.
provided no one gets sick in that month. Kasi
yeah.
another bill.
Exactly.
So you have to have an HMO, yung package mo dapat sa company, kailangan covered ang family.
Oh, yes. Oo, important yan. Oo. So, that's a different topic pa, yung mga about health, di ba? Kasi not only HMO, pati yung life insurances nila, kasama rin yun. You need to prepare early eh. You need to start getting them their insurance din para mas makatipid ka kasi mas bata.
So nasa na tayo? May nasa-save na ba tayo?
Scenario. Yeah, kasi di ba, parang example pa lang, pero survival na talaga. I mean, I think na-mention natin yung mga big ones lang. So yung 150 can really easily, alam mo yun, disappear within a month.
Parang
So,
pang basic.
Oo. Considering na parang okay na yung budget na yon, right? I'm sure meron pa
Mm-mm.
din mas mababa doon. So in
Mhm.
that case, paano pa makaka-save or makaka-invest, Sherwin?
Very good question, Liv. Actually, yan nga, that's what we're promoting, the change of mindset, no? Kasi, well, typically in the Philippines, kasi the problem with most of the Filipinos, no, not all naman, pero most of the Filipinos talaga, they're living on the old equation, which is your income, then they deduct their expenses. And then whatever was left, yun yung savings nila or
Mhm.
investment. Ang problem nga, doon sa discussion pa lang natin, 150,000, yung mga expenses, paano kung walang maiwan masyado or very minimal na lang? So, wala nang nasisave for the future. Kaya we wanted to highlight the importance of changing the mindset for the new equation, which is from your income, you already set aside or identify a portion that you want to save or invest. And then, whatever is left, yun yung i-manage mo on the budgeting. So, dun mo ialat kung ano dapat yung expenses mo lang for ganito, ano lang dapat yung expenses mo for ganyan. That's a good practice kasi imagine, no, yun yung ginagawa, kung mapapansin nyo, no, for those na working, na meron mga SSS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig,
Mhm.
yun ang strategy ng government, di ba? Parang from your salary, automatically, the payment to the SSS, PhilHealth, Pag-ibig, are already being deducted automatically, di ba? Kasi they know
Mhm.
that
Gagastos.
hindi mo talaga i-contribute yan eh. Parang walang may iwan, di ba? Parang, so, it's important na hindi nahawakan ng empleyado para hindi na niya magastos kasi it's very tempting once you get hold of that money. Of course, there's the opportunity and the temptation to spend it. So it's good that it's automatically being deducted, no, from your income, and then set it aside, no, to distribute across your savings fund, no. So then whatever yung naiwan, i-manage natin para at least talagang walang, tapos kung may maganda niya kung may maiwan pa doon sa budget na yun, dagdagan mo ulit doon sa savings, di ba? So that's something that we want to emphasize then.
Do you do that, Tina?
Hindi. Hindi. Hindi, pero kasi I've always been matipid naman. So, ang iniisip ko lang, if I want something, if I have a big expense or for example, travel, I usually get my funds from other pockets, like not from my savings, but because I'm earning from this side hustle, then I'll get it from there.
Oo, that makes sense nga, no? Kaya pala dinideduct agad ng government yung mga
Oo.
ipapaubaya sa atin, malamang magiging nasa list natin. Yeah. So I think it's a combination kasi, and later on we'll talk more about it, what really helps me. And I think for our audience, what works for them too, kasi syempre iba-iba yung situation natin, is I identify yung mga expenses ko as meron akong parang different categories. Merong fixed na regardless kung anong nangyayari sa akin, anong emotion ko, kailangan kong bayaran yun. And dito mag-fall yung rent,
Parang
amortization.
SSS.
I mean, wala man ako or SSS, pero yung gano'n, yung mga fixed talaga, monthly, most likely same amount yan, auto-deduct. And then the other expenses. So I would settle those first kasi nga kailangan madida ka agad, right? And I would have an idea how much that cuts from my salary. So for example, kung let's say $2,000 ang total noon, and let's say for example, I get 5,000 example. I wouldn't think na I have 5,000 at the end of the month. I will only think I have 3,000 kasi yung 2,000 kaltas na kaagad yun. And then out of that 3,000, yun na yung mag-play around ako. Then there's automatic, kasi sa Singapore pwede kang mag-arrange ng auto-debit na
Auto savings, yeah.
Yeah, so you parang decide how much yung i-deduct ng bank on whatever day. So let's say ilagay ko doon 1,000, kakaltasin niya yung 1,000 into a separate account, savings yon. So that means meron na lang akong 2,000 to spend for the rest of the month.
Yeah.
Then, pagkakasya yan, parang,
Oo.
ano yan? Pag maiksi ang kumot,
Matutong bumaluktot.
Bumaluktot.
Matutong bumaluktot.
pagkasyahin mo yan,
Oo.
kasi yan, parang untouchable na yung 1,000 tsaka yung 2,000 which is pambayad ng mga.
Yeah.
Pero
Yung
common
auto.
ba siya sa mga bangko, Sherwin, sa Pinas? Yung mag-auto,
Auto
ano
save.
tawag?
We have that sa BPI, no? Sa BPI we call it RF, RSP, regular subscription plan. So parang every month you assign a specific amount, tapos you determine also when it will be debited from your savings account. So kunyari sabihin natin 1,000 pesos, no, every month. So pwedeng every 15 and 30. So the system will automatically debit the savings account and it will credit your investment account. Then it will purchase whatever units or investment outlet, no. So automatic 'yun. So maganda 'yun kasi it will parang force you to save and invest, no. So that's a good practice and also discipline. By the way, I remember ito baka do sa iba maka-relate sila. I remember this strategy from a friend din. Ganito ginagawa niya, no? Kasi sa Philippines usually dalawang payday yan eh, di ba? 15 and 30, syempre iba, but I think sa ibang country pa isang beses lang, dito lang yata sa Philippines yung mahilig na dalawang payday. Pero ang maganda doon, so yung ginagawa niya, so every, di ba may 15 saka 30, yung first na pay niya, binabayaran na niya lahat ng expenses niya kasi he uses his credit card to pay all. Lahat naka-deduct doon eh. Yung Meralco niya, auto charge, yung Meralco, yung mga utilities, yung mga phones, or basta lahat na expenses niya are being charged to his credit card. So parang yun yung kanyang spending amount. No? So at the end of the month, of course, may mako-compute yan na kung magkano yung payables. Tapos yung first pay niya, the first half, bayad lahat. As in, talagang totally paid off na. So, okay yun. Tapos yung second pay, since wala na siyang obligation or expenses to pay, lahat naman na second, all savings and investments na. So, parang hating-hati siya, di ba? So, maganda yun. Kasi parang, in a way, hindi ka rin natatakot na abutan ka ng cut-off, di ba? Yung mga credit cards, may mga cut-off yan. So, by paying it ahead, no, before the second half of the month, you made sure na all of your obligations, financial responsibilities are done. Tapos yung whatever is left naman, yun dun yung sa kanyang savings and investments. So, ganun yung strategy naman niya. Which works naman in a way. So, parang hindi nga niya ino-automatic na deduct yung savings and investments, pero buong-buo naman niyang sinisave after all the expenses.
Sherwin, you mentioned earlier yung mindset, no? May mga old mindset na saving, tas yung recommended yung new mindset. And I think yung pag-manage ng pera overall is really dependent sa mindset. Like yung friend na na-mention mo, na yung first sweldo on the 15, pambayad lahat. And then yung second is yung pang savings. But I think depende pa rin yung sa mindset. Kasi if you're the kind of person na, hindi, sige, gagastusin ko na rin yung second. Diba? Parang, you'll always find a way to go around dun sa rules na sinet mo. If you really want to spend.
Correct. Kaya it boils down talaga on the mindset, di ba? On how you really want to kaya maganda yan, talagang you have a goal, how much you want to set aside, di ba? For example, emergency. I'm also promoting people to have their own emergency fund.
What do you suggest na emergency fund to be? Like, how much should be in your emergency fund?
Well, generally speaking, 3 to 6 months would be the ideal. Ako mas gusto ko yung 6 months. Pero ako, nung nag-prepare ako ng emergency fund ko, instead of the monthly expenses, kasi ang basis nun would be your monthly expenses eh. Kaya important that you jot down all your expenses for the month. Kaya ang initial niyan when managing our expenses, ang pinakauna talaga is you sit down, get a pen, and then list down on the left portion all your income, your revenue stream, lagay mo sa left side, and then on your right side, all your expenses, monthly expenses, look into your credit cards, what are the trends or the history, no? Look into that, no? So you list it down, tapos compute mo. So yung monthly income and then expenses, kung mas malaki yung expenses, nako medyo may problem tayo doon. Pero the point there is you need to really compute kasi yung expenses naman na yun, that would be your basis, no, to prepare your emergency fund. So if you don't know your monthly expenses and then you want to multiply that to 3 or 6 months, anong amount yun, di ba? Wala kang base. So that's why it's really advisable that you identify first your monthly expenses. So let's say monthly expenses mo is 20,000, kunwari lang, no, for illustration purposes. Times 6 mo yun, that's 120,000 of emergency fund. No, that's the idea. Pero ako, I was saying earlier na ang ginawa ko, instead of monthly expenses, ang ginawa ko yung income. 6 months worth of my income to have more buffer. No, to have more buffer. So, and it worked for me, no, nung time na nagtra-transition ako from one job to another. No, because back then I really wanted to look for the perfect job na gusto ko na, di ba? And that emergency fund alone saved me, no, from forcing myself to accept a job na hindi ko naman talaga gusto. Because I have that leeway, no, to spend. Saka ang maganda diyan, yung way of living ko, no, hindi nagbago. Diba? Because I know that I'm that my lifestyle, no, lahat yan, tuloy pa rin. Hindi ako yung nagtatago na lang sa bahay.
Yeah, that's really good you mentioned that, right? Kasi ngayon, kapag nag-work, may mga appraisal, may mga monthly, not monthly, yearly, dito, increase sa pay, right? Or if you transfer to another job, pwedeng makakuha ka ng mas malaking offer. I think it's very important na yung lifestyle
mo stays.
Yung budget mo stays the same. Because I think some people, pag madami yung naging pumasok na pera, tumadami din yung expenses.
Increase ng sweldo, increase din ng, upgrade din ng lifestyle. Eh di wala rin talagang
upgrade. And then, so wala din nasa-save. Tama ba yun?
Correct. Tamang-tama yan. Sabi nga nila, it's not how much you earn, but it's how much you save.
Yes,
no?
I agree.
It's really how much you save. Magandang analogy yung kay yung yaya saka yung amo, di ba? Yung the amo is earning 100,000 a month, pero yung yaya sabihin natin 10,000, no? Pero yung at the end of the day, the amo is spending 99,999. Pero yung si Yaya, since libre lahat, wala siyang gastos, 10,000 buong buo sa kanya. So, mas malaki pa yung kinikita niya and nasa-save niya on a monthly basis, di ba? So,
kaya hindi mandatory ang mag-upgrade ng lifestyle. Naalala ko nung nasa Singapore nga, I stayed in the same apartment for 4 or 5 years with my friend. Even if I went through siguro three salary adjustments. So my expenses remained the same. Kaya bumilis yung savings in the latter part of my stay in Singapore kasi nga hindi naman nagbabago yung expenses ko.
Yeah. So sa mga tips na later on yan, parang live below your means para
not just within, if you can, no? Not just within your means, below.
True.
And then ngayon nga, this is the time of receiving Christmas bonuses. So paano ba mag-budget ng Christmas bonus? Are Christmas bonuses meant for Christmas spending, like gifts and kung ano mang bago? Anong wise way to spend?
Actually, yan yung mga bonus, no? Unang-una, ang bonus dapat, no, hindi siya ginagastos, talaga na pang gastos kasi kaya nga siya bonus eh. It's meant for you to really to maximize, no, the opportunity for that. And maganda sana, so yung mga usual natin na salary, yun yung mga expenses natin. Diba? Kasi it's already budgeted, diba? So like for example, if you start your year in a company-wise arrangement, diba, you already budget the portion that you would be spending the following year. Parang gano'n, diba? Nakaset aside na siya.
Naka-budget,
And naka-budget na siya, diba, in advance. So ganun din, yung sweldo natin, yun na yung iba-budget natin. Ngayon, kung may bonus tayo,
extra.
ideally, dapat yun yung sinisave natin and ini-invest, no? As much as possible. Kasi kung gagamitin din natin siya sa expenses, of course, it can be done, pero ideally, no,
Hindi
the
matira.
bonuses should be invested. Correct.
May mga
Alam nyo,
naka-add
just to
part na yan.
Oh,
Yung
just to
naka,
share
na,
lang, no?
wala pang bonus eh. Ay,
Oh,
hindi,
yeah.
receive ko yung bonus, so add to
Nakapila na.
makapila.
Siguro just to share an example, kasi from our work, we manage retirement funds. No? We manage retirement funds of companies, top corporations, and those na ano.
When you say retirement funds of these companies, you mean these are the retirement funds for their employees, no? Meron silang retirement
Correct.
schemes sa mga employees nila.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, kasi dito sa Philippines, unlike other countries, di ba? Sa other countries kasi they have their 401k, tapos you personalize yung retirement fund, di ba? When you establish your retirement fund. Dito kasi sa Philippines, our retirement fund are linked to your employment with the company.
Mhm.
So
depende sa
the
company, no?
company provides you, yes. So meron silang mga rules and regulations, tapos yung may mga nagko-contribute sila for the employees and all. Tapos pag umalis yung employee, whether resignation or retirement, they pay them out, no? But the portion of that are being set aside, no? And that's being managed by a trustee, which kami yun, no? So we manage the funds of these companies, no, for the sake of their beneficiaries or their employees. No? May clients kami na yung bonus, no, yung bonus nila, they're giving it to their employees, pero there's that offer na i-invest siya. So parang the employee may opt to buy it with shares. Alam mo yung shares ng company?
Mhm.
So instead of getting that bonus, so you can opt not to get it, but instead it will be bought na additional shares of that company where you are working.
It saves you from
Yeah.
getting tempted.
Oh.
Again.
Yeah, di ba?
Na it's not
Yun nga
it's
eh.
not on your
Oo.
hands.
Yeah. Kumbaga, hindi na dadaan sa kamay mo kasi
Oo.
may invest na kaagad. So, parang, okay, makes it easier for me na, alam mo, hindi
Pero
ako
you
shopping.
mentioned retirement benefits. Not all companies have retirement benefits, no? So isang magandang ano rin yan, no? One good thing to look for in a package. I mean, if you're looking for a new job, it's another thing to consider.
Consider.
Retirement yung
Yeah, actually,
company.
oo, totoo yan. Saka not everyone knows about retirement or the packages that the companies have, no? So ako personally, when I was starting, wala naman ako pakialam dyan eh.
Yeah.
Yung may retirement na ganyan, di ba? Bago-bago ka pa lang. Pero each companies, no, they have a different package from each other.
Yeah.
So meron iba, they're giving more than the other. Like for example, there are companies that will allow you to receive as parang 5 years pa lang na employment to that company. You are now vested to get 50% of the contributions that they're contributing to your account. Parang ganun. So kunyari 5 years 50%, 6 years 60%, tapos if you reach 10 years, you'll be able to get na the whole 100%. May ganun na company. Yung iba naman, kailangan mo munang umabot ng 10 years bago ka makakuha ng 50%. Parang ganun, di ba? So, lugi, di ba? Mas matagal mong
Oo,
makukuha.
hintayin, no?
So,
Hindi ko siya kasi
Oo.
naiisip dati. Kasi narinig ko yan sa friend ko. We were only in our 30s. Tapos sabi niya parang gusto kong lumipat sa ganitong company kasi mas mataas yung retirement benefit. Sabi ko, ha? Iniisip mo na yung retirement? 30s pa lang kami noon. Pero ngayon, it's becoming real. So, parang good way to, to choose your next company kung at this age. I
Correct.
mean, it's not too
Saka,
late, no?
saka
Like,
there,
if you're in your 40s.
oo. Saka there are two types of retirement fund plans, no? So there's one what we call as the defined benefit. Yun yung pinaka-basic defined benefit. And the other one is a defined contribution. Yung defined benefit, usually it's more popular na tinatawag na pension plans. No? These are basic with the general formula. The usual general formula would be your basic monthly salary times your years of service times the multiplier, no? Yung tawag doon vesting.
Parang
So let's say sabihin
lump sum.
natin
Lump sum siya ibibigay.
one lump sum siya. So parang sabihin natin when you retired ang sweldo mo 100,000 tapos you stayed for 10 years, no, with the company kunwari lang, no. So that's 100,000 times 10. Then the vesting rate would be 100%, sabihin natin 100%. So 1 million ang makukuha mo kasi 100,000 times 10 tapos 100%. So 1 million yung makukuha mo. So that's the general, the defined benefit. Pero meron the other one and the companies now are also exploring. It's called the defined contribution. Ito yung both the employee and the employer are contributing. Parang every month, a percentage of the salary of the employees are being deducted. So they can enroll. Kunyari, 10% of my salary goes to my retirement fund. Tapos the company may opt to match. May mga ganun may na-match nila para to entice you to contribute more, no? So doon pa lang parang it will earn, no? It will be invested and all. So mag-grow yung fund mo.
Pag-usapan na ba natin yung mga
Those are
investment?
Yeah. I think, you Sherwin mentioned na hindi naman lahat. And I think depende again siguro sa type ng tao. Kasi may mga iba siguro na conservative na medyo ayaw nila yung sobrang mataas ang risk pero dun din yung may potential mataas ang interest, right? Some people might, ako minsan parang dun ako sa conservative muna.
Conservative.
And
Correct.
there you have to put, you cannot put all your eggs in one basket. So siguro ako, I'll put some in a conservative basket para lang may assurance ako. And then I'll put a little bit dun sa medyo aggressive pero potentially more interest. Pero yeah, siguro it pays na madami nga. Wag sa isang investment lang.
Yeah, it's good that you mentioned, Liv, about the risk tolerance or risk appetite, kasi that's very important, no, when preparing to invest. You need to determine first kami
How much you're willing to lose.
Correct. Before you offer a product to a client, you need to assess muna the level of their risk, no? So whether yun yung tinatawag niya na whether you're conservative, moderately aggressive, or aggressive type of investor. So of course, kung ano man yung type of investor ka, ima-match yun on the products or the outlets, no? So kung conservative ka, of course, you don't want to offer yung mga risky type of assets like equities, like global stocks, kasi baka hindi makatulog yung person, di ba? Kasi conservative siya, magalaw yun, up and down yan, no? Especially in the short term. So most probably, yun yung mga short term lang and money market instruments. So those are the instruments that would mature within a year. So hindi masyado magalaw yan. Or mga time deposits. So, and yun din, depende. I mean, sometimes it comes with age then. The earlier you start to invest, the more opportunity for you to recover. Kaya sabi nila, yung mga mas bata, they are more aggressive. Bakit? Because kahit na kunyari, matalo sila in the short or medium term, they still have the opportunity to invest again and to recover what was lost, no?
Yeah.
So kaya nila yung being aggressive compared to someone na nandun na sa preservation stage. Remember yung life stages natin
Oo.
kanina na preservation stage? Of course, you
Wala
don't
na
want to
sila.
be aggressive, no? When you're preserving. Oo, so dapat
And
conservative ka na doon.
since nandun tayo sa survival stage ngayon, anong recommended mo?
Yeah. Crypto, would you recommend
Moderate tayo,
Moderate.
moderate.
moderate?
Okay,
So ano mga
moderate.
Kailangan
moderate?
good mix tayo. Yeah, and we want to also encourage people to diversify. Yung sinabi kanina ni Liv, na we don't want to put everything in one basket because diversification is a key also, no, of investing when we invest. So you need to set aside a portion on safe haven. So these are your cash, your money markets. Ngayon maganda ang cash because of what's happening in the interest rates natin, 'di ba? For the past several years, no? Pataas ang interest rates eh. So kasi in the investment world medyo magiging technical ako na konti pero just to for appreciation. For the past several years, starting ng mga 2022, no, those were the peak of inflation. So nung peak of inflation, ibig sabihin tataas ng mga bilihin nun, and one monetary tool that the central banks are doing to combat inflation is to increase interest rates, no? Kasi pag mataas ang inflation, of course, gusto ng central banks pababaan yung mga money supply, no? So the increase interest rates para yung mga tao hindi gumastos, no? Ilagay na lang sa mga bangko kasi mas mataas ang interest rates. So in return, kung hindi gumagastos yung mga tao, yung mga nagbebenta, bababaan nila yung presyo nila kasi walang bumibili, di ba? So that's one thing to combat inflation.
Pero mababa pa
Para
rin ang
bumaba
interest.
yung inflation.
You mean yung the time deposits, ganon? And
Nung time na yon, tumaas yung mga before ang mga time deposit nasa 3% lang. Before the increase ngayon nasa 6%. So dumoble siya, no, because of that increasing of interest rates. And the impact of that naman sa investments pag tumataas sa interest rates, especially for fixed income, yung mga bonds, no, may negative impact yan. When interest rates are going up, the prices of the bonds goes down. So kaya lugi yung mga tao nung mga time na yon. Pero right now, bumabaliktad na kasi na-combat na yung inflation, medyo na-control na yung pagtaas ng mga bilihin globally. Now, central banks are cutting rates, no? So starting this year, no, sa Philippines, started around August, tapos September, October, nagsimula na rin yung US, no?
Yung mga property, advisable pa ba yun ngayon?
Yeah, actually kasama yan sa
So invest on properties.
On properties, yes. Actually, that's part of diversification, no? Kasi we don't want to put sabi nga natin, we don't want to put everything in one basket. So, ayaw lang natin yung sa mga sa equities or sa fixed income. Pero it's good to also have some investment on real estate. But, okay, may caveat din. So, hindi rin lahat ng real estate okay. Okay, di ba? Imagine, di ba?
Condominiums, controversial.
So may mga din, syempre, you need to also choose. Like kunyari, yun na-mention nga, yung condo, di ba? Nung umalis yung mga POGO, bumagsak din yung mga opportunities for condo units to be rented out, di ba? Kasi yun, so that's something that you also need to consider. But in general naman, sabihin natin yung mga lots kasi or mga not necessarily condo pero yung mga bahay, house and lot, yung ganun. In general, they are good kasi talagang pataas naman ng prices ng mga real estate properties in the Philippines. But another alternative to the actual real estate, there's what we call as REITs. I'm not sure if you have heard of it, the real estate investment trusts. Sa Singapore, marami yan.
Meron,
mga
marami.
REITs. Yeah. So, ito naman, so these are parang stocks siya that the property developers are offering to the public to participate on their businesses, di ba? So, parang kasi kunyari, yung mga companies in the Philippines, yung mga Ayala Land, Robinsons Land, yung mga ganyan, may mga REITs sila na, in a way, ito, kasi sila talaga into that core business, no? So meron not only on the residential but even commercial. So they earn on this talaga. So for you as an investor, if you buy those stocks, no, and it pays dividends, di ba? So not only it's earning on the price appreciation, but a regular dividends for this, no, for this security. So yun naman, so kikita ka din because of the dividends then. So parang hindi mo na kailangan bumili ng actual na lupa, kumikita ka din because of the rentals nila that they share to the investors. Important to ask before you invest is what is your goal? No, why are you saving, what for? No, parang to prepare ba for the education of your kids, to prepare for
Retirement.
payment, retirement. So kung yung mga retirement matatagal yan kasi 15, 20 years, so pwede ka maging aggressive, no? For that type of goal, financial goal. Pero if you're going to set aside lang money for the next 2 to 3 years, maganda yan sa medium term. And yung mga medium term we recommend usually would be the bonds. No, yung mga bonds. Kasi there are two types of bonds. Of
Bonds
course, there
that
are
you
the
get from-
government.
Okay.
There are the government bonds saka yung corporate bonds, di ba? Yung
Ano example
government
ng
bonds.
government bond?
Mga ang sample niyan, yung mga RTBs, retail treasury bonds, no, yung mga FXTNs, yung fixed rate treasury notes. No? So these are your medium term bonds, no? And if you can participate on those by investing also on pooled funds, no? So may yung mga banks, they also offer yung mga bond funds where it's being invested to different across, kasi marami yan sobrang dami yan but at the same time it earns, no, yung mga interest rates yan. Something that you need to watch out lang on the bonds then, kahit na tinatawag siyang fixed income, there's also the price component kasi it is also being traded then in the secondary market, di ba? So kaya may factor yung interest rates na in-explain ko kanina. When interest rates are going up, the prices of the bonds goes down. So kung naka-invest ka sa bonds na tumataas yung interest rates, nalulugi ka yung price ng investments mo. Pero the other way around naman, kung bumababa
You
yung
can
interest
buy.
rates, tumataas yung value ng mga investments mo. So that's also one factor. Yun.
Okay. And then yung mga government, like I hear about yung pag-ibig.
MP2.
Yeah, MP2.
Yes, that's good then. Yung sa MP2 naman, parang it's a fix, para siyang time deposit na 5 years, no?
5 years,
Na-
it's fixed at 5 years. And then
it's a fix, it's a 5 that you place. So pwede siyang one time or pwede siyang every year na that you set aside a portion. Pero yun nga, maganda rin, meron siyang mga annual na interest na binibigay.
Yeah,
So,
parang nasa 6.
nag-accumulate siya.
6.
Yes, so minsan
Not
umabot pa yun ng 7%. May mga
Okay.
times pa. So okay na rin yun, di ba? So, pero ang challenge lang doon, hindi mo pwedeng kunin. Hindi mo
Yun
makukuha
yung
siya,
ano,
hindi mo siya
hindi
i-withdraw.
pwedeng. Oo. So, that's forced savings.
Correct. Oo.
Okay. Tapos, and then
So, yun
properties, yun nga na-mention mo, properties, better to get the lot,
Landed.
Yes.
landed properties.
And I guess yung landed, does it matter ba yung location or generally basta may land, nag-appreciate pa rin ng value?
Well, factor yun, di ba? Yung location. Kasi parang yung example nun, yung dati, yung Provident Village. I'm not sure kung familiar ka sa Marikina.
Marikina.
Mahal yun. Mahal doon. Kasi it's exclusive. Oo,
It's an
exclusive yun.
subdivision. So,
Subdivision yun. Pero nung nag-ondoy, naku,
Oh,
super
wow.
bagsak. Kasi di ba, nakita nila lahat na talagang totally
Nalubog siya.
nalubog sa baha. So, you can lose money talaga sa real estate din if you're not wise enough to study, to know what you're buying. So, kailangan talaga na pag-aralan mo. Pero ang important din kasi, kailangan siyang maging earning asset. Di
Okay.
ba? So, pag bumili ka,
Dapat
of
improve.
course,
You mean
i-improve mo
improve
or
so that you
parent
can
mo.
rent out and
Oo, yes. Kung kunyari condo, maganda sana kung i-set up
Airbnb.
mo siya, tapos i-an Airbnb mo para kumikita ka rin, di ba? Kasi sayang din eh.
Yeah.
Magiging siyang madi-depreciate din kung di mo siya
Mhm.
gamitin.
What about question ko car? Kasi I know like some Pilipinas, di ba lang daming traffic kasi daming parang it's so easy to get a car now. Is that a good way to spend money?
Very good question.
Okay ba siyang
Okay.
isama sa expenses? Hindi natin na-mention pa yan kanina.
Mamaya yung wants and needs, no?
Oo.
Correct. Alam niyo, a funny thing, no? Kasi there's what we call as a good debt and a bad debt,
Okay.
di ba? Debt is not always bad, di ba? Meron tinatawag na good debt. Ano yung good debt na yun? It's when you borrow, but at the same time, yung hinirap mo, kikita, mag-earn, di ba? That's good debt. No? So what are the examples? Kunyari, if you're funding your business, di ba? You borrow a money, tapos you fund it and it grows, di ba? So that's something that is good, di ba? It's a good debt. Isipin mo, di ba? Hindi naman talaga masama yung debt in general kasi unang-una, bakit yung mga big companies, no, are borrowing, di ba, to fund their operations or their whatever the activities are. Bakit kung masama ang debt, bakit sila humihiram? I'm sure mayayaman yan. Kunyari, the Ayala companies, the SM companies, ang daming cash yan, di ba? Pero bakit sila nag-i-issue ng mga bonds where they borrow from the public? Anong reason? Di ba? Kaya isipin mo yun eh, di ba? The main reason, of course, because of cash flow. They don't want to spend or to spend much, no, to one time lang na gusto nila i-spread yung obligation by borrowing kasi 'di ba they can get significant amount of money pero in terms of paying it out the creditors naka-spread yan kung 5 years 10 years 'di ba, so yun yung reason. So it's good debt because you're able to manage your finances and hindi ka mahihirapan, no? So, kunyari, something bad happens to you, meron ka talagang fund pa. Hindi ka mapipilitan na gamitin agad yung savings mo if you borrow. Di ba? So kaya ganun yung amortization. Kahit na may pera ka, kunyari sabihin, bibili ka ng property worth 5 million, meron kang ngayon cash na 5 million, do you buy that immediately? Na matatali yung liquid cash mo because you want to buy a property. No, you don't want to do that because what if may mangyaring masama sa emergency? Wala ka ng 5 million na pwedeng gamitin and hindi liquid yon yung real estate, di ba? Hindi mo mabebenta agad-agad yon. So what you can do, you can borrow. Then the borrowed money, yun yung pabibili mo tapos yung mga payment natin ng mga amortization na ma-manage mo yung cash flow. That's good debt. Di ba? The bad debt, of course, yung kapag talagang mauubos ka. Di ba? Yung magde-depreciate ka. So ano ba yung mga, marami na example. Credit cards, kung hindi ka marunong, that could be bad debt. Pero credit cards also can be good debt because it gives you 1 month free money. Imagine,
If
diba?
if you pay in.
Oo. Basta importante lang, you would need to pay the full. Diba? Kasi if you don't pay the full, yung interest nun, yung mga charges nun, late payments, penalties, it will eat you out, no? Imagine, kunyari, may utang ka, if you use your credit card, sabihin natin 100 pesos, and then you paid out 99 pesos, hindi mo pinayaran yung piso.
May
The interest, yung interest dun hindi sa piso, it's the whole 100.
Okay.
So, imagine, so that's the very important. Kaya gusto natin, no, you don't just settle for the minimum kasi may mga minimum na payment, di ba, na option. You don't just settle, pay it out, no? Kaya pag ganun, pag napipay it out mo siya agad, you earn with the yung mga points, di ba? You earn points, di ba? Free points yan, which you can use later on, mga miles, di ba? Free tickets. At the same time, free credit. 'di ba? Purchasing
month.
power
Yeah.
'yon. Oo. So that's something that you can maximize naman. So that can be good debt, 'di ba? So kasi one month free money 'yan. So going back to car, yan. Oo, natawa ko nung nagbigay ako ng talk. Tinanong ko 'yan.
And car pa na
Sabi ko,
car na brand new. Meron pa kasing brand new
May mga
versus
second hand.
second hand. Oo, oo. So nung tinanong ko 'yan, okay. So ano sa tingin nyo ang car ba? Is car good or bad? Parang is it considered a good asset or a bad asset, no? And of course, the world out there, syempre we all know that it's a depreciating asset, di ba? Kasi sabi nga nila pagkabili mo pa lang
Lamborghini.
pagkabili mo pa lang sa kasa niyan, automatically 70% na lang yung value pagka open mo ng makina, wala nang value, nag-depreciate na automatically, di ba? So kaya depreciating asset siya. Pero ito naman yung mga justification, no?
Okay.
In the Philippines kasi sobrang pahirap talaga ang transportation,
yes.
di ba? And people spend hours, no, just to go back and forth to their work and to their houses. Sometimes more than 3 hours. No, I know people who commute for 4 hours. No, so every day, yan, no. So minsan nga umabot pa ng 5. So parang madaling araw pa lang they leave their house for 8 in the morning, no, para lang umabot sa 8 o'clock na schedule nila. So ganun ka grabe, di ba? So yung buying a car, if that will save you the time, the stress, no, all the hours that you'll be spending, if you compute it, baka somehow hindi siya bad at all, di ba?
But you have to compute, no? You have to compute.
You have to compute. Correct,
I want to drive. I don't want to commute. I want to drive.
Yes, may opportunity.
Yung wants and needs, no? If it turns out that it's actually a need for you to be able to go to work, na hindi ka masyadong stress out, and kasi time is money, no? Kung it takes you so much time para mag-commute, then that's also money that you're losing. So if it turns out that it's a need, then it's not such a bad buy.
Correct. Time is gold. Dalawa yan eh. 'Di ba? Health is wealth, and time is gold.
Yeah.
Alam, tawa ko nung in-interview si Mark Cuban in one of his interviews, no? Talagang sabi niya, yun yung something that he really prioritizes, yung time. Kaya nga gumagastos siya talaga ng malaki for the sake na makatipid siya ng time. Kasi once na lumipas ang time, hindi mo na mababalik. Unlike money, pwede mo yang kitain ulit. Pero yung time, pag nawala na yan, wala na, di ba? So that's something good to also think about, di ba? But at the same time, yung health din. Kung talagang na-stress ka naman all throughout, kung magkakasakit ka, might as well think of something that will prevent you from deteriorating your health, di ba?
And I think ma-justify yun kapag family siguro. Pero kung ikaw lang mag-isa, tapos ang mahal pa ng toll, ang mahal ng gas, ang mahal ng
correct.
Tapos meron naman palang P2P sa area nyo.
Yes.
Meron namang cheaper alternative, siguro.
And I think ngayon, I don't know, common na ba sa Philippines yung hybrid working? Kasi there are some companies na if you only have to go to the office twice a week, then tas may P2P, then siguro manageable na yon, right?
Ang
Pero
banks yata everyday na no? Kayo, sa
kami flex, yung mga critical, they're going everyday na reporting to work. Pero yung some naman flexi din, so parang 3 times a week. So may mga ganun din na option. Yan. Kasi full set up na rin kami. So we have the capacity naman to do also work from home. So that's something good na rin na nagawa ng pandemic.
Kasi malaking tipid din yun sa oras.
Totoo yan.
Pamasahe, sa gas.
Saka parking, gas, parking pa lang dito sa Makati. Nako, a minimum 200 a day.
Mhm.
Minimum yan.
Kaya if you can
So,
choose a package na merong kasamang yun nga car allowance, car package, then
na
better
may
for
free
you.
parking.
Ayun, tas free parking.
Or
Laking
work
tipid
from
yan.
home. Para
Work from home.
And
Syempre,
work
the
from
best pwede
home,
ng work
pwede
from
rin.
home.
solve lahat ng issues, right? So assess your situation kung ano yung tama sa'yo in
Oo.
terms, whether it's in terms of investment, depende sa personality mo, conservative or aggressive ka. And then yung expenses mo, how much of that falls under wants and how much of that falls under sa need na category. And I guess dun natin parang i-assess paano ba
Oo,
yung
dun kasi
spend mo.
nagkakaproblema yung needs versus
Minsan
wants.
nabablur, no?
Oo.
Nagsasama-sama
Kasi
yung wants.
even if you say, okay, list down your expenses, but the question is, what will qualify as expenses? I mean, as outside the basics, di ba? So yun yung dapat I mean prioritize yung basics tapos be honest kung ano talaga yung needs mo and then yung wants.
I-share ko yung, kasi ako, what works for me is tinatrack ko yung lahat ng expenses. So na-mention ko kanina yung mga fixed na monthly payment, which is yung rent, amortization, everything bills, you know. So once na natanggal na yon, susunod na dun is yung daily, yung normal na expenses. And under those expenses, depending nga sa usage ko, so gumawa ko ng mga iba-ibang category. So I have food delivery, one. Kasi that can easily eat my budget eh. So kaya in-specify ko siya na food delivery. And then of course, I have my grocery, I have transport, I have social category, and then my personal category pa ako. So personal din papasok ng shopping, massage, anything na mag-get. Tapos may travel category. And then every time I spend talaga, I track na sa Excel. And then at the end of the month, I would do a pivot. And then that gives me an idea how much monthly yung expenses ko and anong category siya na napupunta. So I can see na, last month I spent 300 sa food delivery. $300. That's a no-no. Parang na-carry the way ako. So next month, I have to cut it down kasi parang that's money wasted eh. So parang madaling mag-budget, kumbaga, kung alam ko kung saan napupunta yung money na hindi dapat. Or if I see yung social category ko na ang mahal, so ibig sabihin, ang dami kong labas, ang dami kong gastos.
So lilo ka the next month.
Medyo lilo ako doon. Kailangan bawiin ko to this month kasi ayoko last month eh. Yung ganun. Or if I have a pending travel, then I can foresee na tataas yung travel category. Ngayon pa lang, titipirin ko na yung other categories para to kind of balance it out. So that worked for me. So I get that. Siguro kung mag-work yun sa iba. Pero it's a lot of work kasi you have to.
Excel. Yan ako.
You have to put in every single thing eh. Tapos at the end of the month.
So lahat nalalagay mo. Kasi ako, I use an app. I use Money. The name is Money Manager. I bought it in Singapore pa. So it's siguro 10 years ko nang gamit. But in the beginning, you have to put in everything. So I can see all my accounts there. Tapos yun nga, lahat ng expenses. Pero ang mahirap lang i-track talaga is cash. Kasi cash, di ba, minsan maglabas ka ng 20 pesos, 100 pesos, minsan nakakalimutan mong i-enter. Pero, so marami akong kailangan i-reconcile minsan. Pero yung mga iba, like GCash and all the accounts, credit card, track check.
When you miss out, like yan yung mga cash. Pero I think it gives you a good
Pero
view.
maganda nga kasi kasi iba, tinatrack lang yung expenses. Ako lahat ng nandun, everything is there. So makikita ko nga, yun nga, may months, like galing nga akong bakasyon, so may months na negative. Pero the following month naman, okay. So, kaya ang ginagawa ko, tinitignan ko na lang annual. Kasi merong annual and then monthly kung ano. So, okay, positive naman ako. So, okay lang. So sa mga listeners, it's a good practice to monitor your expenses kasi kahit sabihin mo magpapadeliver ka, kunyari in pesos, 200 lang yan, 500. Kung ilang beses naman a week, in total for 1 month can be easy 3,000, 5,000, baka tumaas pa ng 5,000. So parang, if you're looking into saving money, it's a good thing to cut back on this kind of expenses nga, yung deliveries na pwede mo namang gawin sa bahay, minuto.
Correct. Yeah.
Ikaw,
Pero alam nyo,
do you use an app or
yun
a
nga
way
eh.
to-
I would, I have a confession. Actually, ganyan din ako nung umpisa. As in, I'm very meticulous in tracking all my expenses. Kasi, ganun ako eh. Ganun, I want to see the trends. I want to see all the charts. I want to do all the charts. Pero, may time na, yun nga, sabi ni Tina, no, minsan hindi mo na matrack talaga because of the ins and outs on a daily basis din. And once na na-stop mo yung yung trend, medyo mahirapan ka na, especially for men. I'm sure the women medyo matyaga yan talaga on pero for the men na hindi naman talaga financially savvy, medyo magiging challenge yan, no? So what I did is going back to the kanina sinabi ko na you need to have many accounts, bank accounts. And each of the bank accounts may sarili siyang purpose. And doon ko siya natatrack. Doon ko siya nakikita kung meron akong enough fund pa or budget to cover. Like kunyari, kung itong bank account na to is meant for my vacation purposes. And meron pa siyang pera. That means I can still use it to go travel, to spend. Pero kung paubos na siya, on the back of my mind, alam ko na kailangan ko siyang punuin later on. Pero ngayon, wala na siya. So, hindi na ako pwedeng gumastos muna. So, parang ganun. In a way, hindi ako na-force to track each and every expenses. Because that's the other way around, that the mindset that I was telling you earlier na you need to set aside to distribute portions to savings. So if you're setting aside portion to your vacation fund, yun, no? To refill a portion. Pero yung iba, talagang kung emergency fund, retirement fund, and educational fund. So lumalaki yun. At the same time, nakikita ko kung meron pa akong budget to spend on my leisures. Parang ganun.
Yeah. Okay din yun. Para maiwasan yung mga last minute travel plans. May mga ganun ako eh. Last minute travel plans. Wala naman palang dito. Sa iba na lang pala, sa iba pala kinukuhang funds. May funds pero sa ibang pocket kinukuha.
Correct.
Yeah, or yung funds is pang Boracay pero you wanna go to Europe. So medyo hindi na.
So kailangan mong hanapan ng paghuhugutan na.
Parang anong sakto dito sa budget na meron. I think the important thing is to know kung saan napupunta yung pera. However, they want to do it by opening multiple accounts or by tracking it manually or by tracking it through apps. They have to know kung saan napupunta para mas accountable, I think. Kasi kung, we're living in oblivion na bigla na lang nawala yung pera and we don't even know kung saan siya napunta. Parang that's very dangerous, no, sa budget.
Alam kung saan napupunta at alam na meron ka pang paghuhugutan. Di ba?
By the way, I want to highlight also kasi na-mention natin yung mga types of funds, di ba? Like your vacation fund, your emergency fund. One thing that I want to also highlight is the preparation on our retirement fund. Di ba? Yung retirement fund mismo, the concept of having a retirement fund on top of your company fund, na retirement fund. Kasi, unang-una, retirement fund kasi, when you think about the retirement fund, it's the only fund na hindi mo pwedeng utangin. Diba? Like for example, pag kailangan mong gumastos to buy a car, you can borrow money. Like car loan, di ba? For educational, that's student loan, di ba? Mga ganon. So, pag may emergency on the health, pwede kang umutang para mabayaran, di ba? So, yung mga other expenses, pwede mong utangin, di ba? Pero yung retirement mo, hindi mo pwedeng utangin kasi pag nandyan na yan, hindi ka naman uutang para magka-retirement ka, di ba? So, it's important to start early. No? So, yun yung gusto natin sabihin sa mga tao na retirement is something na we
In the
cannot borrow
full.
in the future and you need to really prepare in advance. Ako, percentage, I usually allot 20% of my income goes to my retirement fund. So, ano yan? Fix yan. So, talagang pupunta siya doon, it will grow. Tapos naka-invest yan on long-term assets, yung mga may opportunity to grow na medyo aggressive. Kasi medyo matagal pa naman, hindi pa naman yan the next 5 years, more than 10, 15, 20 years pa. So, yun.
Naalala ko yung episode natin, Tina, yung previous episode natin to this about aging parents
Aging,
and how the kids are taking care of them. I think that would help a lot, no? Kung nakapag-prepare and meron kang retirement plan, tapos alam mo yung naging hindi siguro ganun ka-okay yung health, then that's another way of making sure that
Yeah.
your kids are okay kasi at least meron silang pagkukuhaan kahit pa paano.
Yes, kasi before, their generation siguro before was not that forward thinking. Siguro hindi na-overlook yun. So ngayon, dahil nakikita natin what can happen. So sana we can be more prepared. I mean, this generation can be more prepared. Retirement.
Ang problem kasi sa Philippines, ang retirement fund ng mga tao would be their children. Which should not be
It's
the
also
case.
the mentality of,
Oo,
thinking,
di ba?
somebody
Parang,
will take care of me.
lalo na yung unang panahon, parang mag-aanak ng marami kasi alam nila na somehow ito yung magiging retirement fund nila, susupport sa kanila. But alam niyo, it shouldn't be the case, di ba? Parang for ourselves, we need to prepare for our future para not to burden or obligate our children to support. Kung tumulong, well and good. Thank you, di ba? Pero for us, we need to be financially free. Na we don't rely on someone giving us sustento, di ba? Because we know that we have this when we retire, di ba? So that's something that will set us free financially, di ba?
Correct. Yeah, agree. Now, in order to allow us to have, the means para magkaroon ng iba-ibang investment and savings, is there any other way for us to grow yung income natin?
Yeah, yan. Diyan pumapasok yung passive income,
Passive,
di ba? Well, in a normal accounting na term, di ba? We know that income, di ba, less expenses would be your net worth or your savings, di ba? Mas madali kasi hindi kasi madali taasan yung income, 'di ba? Kunyari hindi ka na promote, 'di ba? Or wala kang additional job, wala kang additional flows. So hindi siya tataas agad, pero yung expenses kasi we can manage that easier. So usually those are the things that we encourage people to do to cut off on their expenses. But it's also good to consider increasing our source of income, which aside from the usual, kasi dito sa Philippines, hindi uso yung mga maraming jobs din. Like sa kunyari sa Amerika, meron 3 jobs, 4 jobs, 5 jobs, diba? Ganun. Pero dito sa Philippines kasi, sometimes talagang yung opportunities din, 1 lang. Pero the other way around naman, yun kasi active income yun, di ba, yung mga sweldo natin. Pero there's also what we call as passive income. Yung passive income, it could come from different sources, like kunyari, investments. No, the dividends that you get from your investments, yung mga interest rates, di ba? So those are passive income. No, na while working hard, your investments are also earning, di ba? So, yun yung isang type. The other one naman, if you invest in real estate, no? Na may mga paupahan ka, na mga condo na you want to, pero make sure lang na may umuupa. Di ba? So, yun yung other income. Yung iba, ang additional nila would be yung being an agent on insurance, di ba? Mga insurance agents, either they offer life or non-life, so that's additional income. Kasi 'di ba, it's variable 'yon. Kung mas marami silang mas maraming commission. Not only on the insurance, pati mga real estate brokers, real estate agents, 'di ba? Mga additional income. Oo. Tapos yung mga online selling, nauso yan ng pandemic. So yung mga nagbenta sa Shopee, nag-reseller, So yung mga gano'n, yung mga flipping na tinatawag.
Yeah. Buy and
And
sell.
ngayon meron pa nauuso yung mga dropshipping. uh, well, a lot of opportunities naman. But one thing that you need to understand lang is you don't go into something that you don't understand. Yun naman yung problem kasi there are a lot of opportunities. Even some would say cryptocurrency is good, 'di ba? It's all-time high now, Bitcoin, 'di ba? Narinig natin 'yan. Ang taas niyan, umabot na 90,000 per coin, 'di ba? Well, yes, true. Pero it can also go the other way around. Na pwede you can lose a lot of money if you don't understand what you're going into. So, kaya yun yung sinasabi natin na you don't cross the street without looking left or right first. So, you need to understand muna what you're going into. So, yeah, it's in all the investments naman, ganun.
I think another form of earning is using your talent, to sell things. Like leave you sell your artworks, right?
Yeah, so commission paid. So yes, hindi siya parang reliable para buhayin ka every month. Yan syempre, that's the main thing. Pero yeah, if you can do some things that you can sell. Yeah, I think sa Etsy, yung mga mahilig sa mga
Oh,
arts.
yeah. Like parang kay Tina R. Yung mga
friend, I think gumawa siya ng parang hand-painted na purse, especially this year, magpapasko na. So a lot of people will be looking for
personalized items.
So, pero you have to, I think kailangan mo pa rin i-assess kasi may cost yun eh. Yung materials mo, yung time, kasi we talk about nga how is equal to gold. Time is money. So if at the end of the day, parang lugi ka pala, then diba, baka
kailangan may costing ka. And like ako, I'm a photographer and videographer, so I have photos and videos on stock sites. So that's one. And then you can sell digital products nga na kunyari kung if you're into training, you can build materials, diba, and sell them through different training platforms. Marami ngayon yung mga diba, mga tutorials. We're not yet earning, I mean, this merienda therapy, pero it's also a way of earning, when you put videos on YouTube or you have podcasts and then you earn through advertisements. So that's a way. And then selling your old items. No, kasi malamang madami kayong mga damit or shoes or any items na hindi nyo na ginagamit and then just sell them.
Okay style.
Yeah.
Correct. Declogging pa yun. Declogging, di ba?
Any additional parang tipid tips na pwede nating ma-share sa mga, especially ngayon na uso ang shopping. I think maraming mga tiyangge dahil magpapasko.
I have what I call na sure tips na yung mga suggestions ko na usually for young professionals or even yung mga mid-careers na yung ginawa ko yung name ko na sure, SHERTIPS, sure tips na. Pero ang pinakauna ko talaga is you always start with the end goal in mind. So parang kaya you need to start with setting your financial goals. So that's my S. So you need to really set a financial goal. So kasi kung wala kang goal, wala kang target, you can be parang shotgun eh. You can be anywhere. Diba? Pero if you're like a sniper na talagang targeted on something, you need to have that mindset para ma-attain mo siya. Kasi kundi, you'll be running around, di ba? Doing anything. So that's the first thing. Set a goal. Tapos syempre, pag na-accomplish mo yung goal mo, go to another goal. And then later on, another goal, di ba? So that's the first thing. Then yung H ko, yun yung sinasabi, have another source of income. Yan. Or maganda yan na aside from your active income, good to have also yung passive. So yung na-mention natin ng mga passive income, basta importante, do not rely on just one source of income. Have another source. Sabi nga ni Warren Buffett yan, di ba? You need to have multiple sources of income. So that's the second one. The third one, establish a budget scheme. No, yung budget scheme, yun yung kaninang dinidiscuss natin na how to manage your finances. Of course, you need to identify your trends, your spending trends, no, your needs and wants for you to be able to budget, no, to have a budget scheme. No, so it's important to determine to manage properly your finances. No? Kasi yun yung foundation before you can identify saving or investing, you need to identify first your current situation, diba? Your financial conditions. The fourth one is really, remember your retirement, kasi nga important yan, yung sinabi natin kanina na it's something na hindi mo pwedeng utangin, di ba? Kasi yung retirement, you need to start early. Hindi naman siya yung one time, big time lang. So you need to prepare in advance. So always remember that you need to set aside a portion really for your retirement as early as now. So yun yung another tip natin. So yung next naman, take on appreciating assets. Diba, na-discuss natin what are the good debts and the bad debts, what are the appreciating and depreciating. As much as possible, you purchase, no, or acquire assets that are appreciating. Kasi yun ang gusto natin. Kasi it increases our net worth. Diba? So kung hindi siya, so you need to assess, ito bang bibilin ko is something that will increase my net worth or not. Kung bababa siya, baka wants lang yan, hindi yan talaga needs. No? Pero kung it will increase your overall net worth, that's something that you can consider. No? And then yung letter I on my tips naman is really insurance. No? You need to have at least one insurance. Insurance is a must. Pero we need to also choose the right product kasi marami din naman na hindi okay na insurance. Kaya ako, when I compare, talaga tinitingnan ko na for a specific purpose, if I'm looking for this goal, ano ba yung mag-fit? No? So, pwede kasi parehas you're paying the same premium, let's say 50,000 pesos, pero magkaiba yung coverage. Yung isa makukuha mo 1 million, yung isa 500,000, pero you're paying the same 50,000. Di ba? You need to shop around as well. And then yung P natin, ito, hindi natin medyo na-tackle kanina, pero I want to also highlight this, is to protect our credit. No? Yung credit dito is our reputation in the finance world. Like kunyari, kasi paying credit rating, no, yung mga ganyan. So kunyari hindi ka nagbabayad ng credit card, nabablacklist kasi yan or may mga negative ratings yan. And akala mo okay lang, but it builds up. And meron tinatawag na credit bureau. So lahat ng, kaya kung mapapansin nyo, kunyari good payer ka. Oo, maraming tatawag sa'yo, mag-o-offer because they know that you're a good payer. No? Lumilitaw yun. Meron yan database na nag-accumulate na in terms of your rating. So protect that. Bakit? Not only on credit cards, because in the future, if you are to take out a loan, it will depend on your credit rating. No? The higher your rating, the lower the interest rates that they are willing to give you. So, ang laki ng difference doon if you're talking about millions. No? So the difference between 1% to 1.5%, malaki yun kung makatipid ka because of a good credit rating. So protect that. No? So as much as possible, don't default, no? Whether on an existing loan or credit card obligations. So protect your credit. And last, letter S, simplicity is the key, di ba? We really need to live not only within the means, but sabi nga natin kanina, below our means. Kasi maganda kung ang pagtaas, tumataas yung kita natin, pero expenses natin bumababa. Mas lumalaki yung disparity and the opportunity to grow our net worth, no, because of that. So, hindi dapat yan sabay. Tumataas yung income, tumataas din yung expenses. No? So dapat yan pag pabaliktad. No? Tumataas, isa bumababa palalo. One story nga dyan, I drive a car which is 17 years old. Magdidibo na nga next year eh. No? So yun yung car na dinadrive ko. And my friends or my colleagues would always tease me, no? bakit di ka pa bumili ng bagong car? Bakit like sa amin, meron kaming bank facility or car facility. They're giving it for
Yeah.
free after 5 years sa inyo. Pero I'm not taking it, di ba? For isipin mo, parang sayang naman. Pero hindi eh. Isipin mo, pag kinuha pa rin, meron ka pa rin mga cost, di ba? Meron pa rin na issue-shoulder ka, cover ka, yung mga gastos mo. Ang important naman when you buy a car, it can bring you
Umaandar.
to one point to another. Di ba? Umaandar na hindi ka napeperwisyo na okay naman. Kung ganun yung reason mo, edi you don't need to pay for big amortizations because for the car loan at the same time you maintain your lifestyle, no hindi ka naman magastos, so lumalaki yung income mo, pero yung expenses mo same pa rin or mas mababa, di ba? So that's something that we also need to consider then, living simple, di ba?
Yes.
That's something that can grow our assets. So yun, those are
Those are
some
very good tips. Yeah.
Very good tips.
Yeah, ang
Practical.
pinaka-takeaway ko yung retirement because I've never really thought about that. Parang hindi ako ganun. Feeling ko bata pa ako. Feeling ko bata pa ako, hindi ko pa makita ang retirement. But it's good to prepare early nga, no? I mean,
Coming
set
in a
aside.
Correct.
Set aside.
Oo, hindi yan masyadong iniisip sa Philippines,
diba?
'di ba? Parang hindi tayo masyadong sometimes we're very reliant to mga SSS. Pero alam mo magkano lang SSS?
Sobra.
10,000 lang, 'di ba? Per month. Ano ba mabibili mo doon pag nag-retire kung baka yung gamot mo hindi kulang pa, 'di ba? So you need to have something.
Ito talagang,
retire.
yeah, that's why this age, this is the time to build your future, kumbaga. While you're trying to survive, but then you're trying to build your actually pag single, because I'm single, so single, you don't have any excuse, no, not to save for the future. Unlike, yung may family, talagang ang daming binabalance na loans and payments. So yeah, so I will.
Anong tipid tips ang ma-share mo?
Ako, tipid tips. When
Tina tips.
Tina tips. Ako, napansin ko kasi ngayon, these days, aggressive na mga credit cards, no? I mean, kung mahina ka talaga, kung marupok ka, talagang bibigay ka sa mga promos nila. Kasi, spend this much and then you will have cashback of 1,000, 2,000, ganyan. So ako, I've always been matipid nga. So ako, talagang kung ano lang yung kailangan ko. And always, it doesn't mean na matipid ako, I won't spend on this. It's about prioritizing your expenses. Like, kabibili ko nga lang ng yung robot vacuum. May vacuum na ako, pero kabibili ko lang ng robot vacuum kasi I need something to clean, to sweep kahit sobrang busy ako. So parang it's just prioritizing your expense. Like, matipid ako, pero I buy organic. I buy organic meat, organic eggs, organic milk. So kasi parang for me, health is important. So it's okay to pay a premium, to pay extra on certain things that you think are important. Pero kasi hindi ako masyadong nagpapadeliver. So I cut back on delivery kasi nga I prioritize health. So for me, my cooking is healthier than ordering food. So yung things that you can make at home, you make at home. And then if you have to buy in bulk. Yun pa lang, I mean, if you're sa expenses, this would fall under expenses. If you have to buy, like, because I'm caring for my dad, so he wears diapers. When I buy diapers, yun ang nabubudol ko sa mga sale. Because if I buy a pack, like
online.
Yung sa Shopee, pag merong sale, talagang meron silang
kami din, sa mga kids ko.
Diba? Yun, pag may kids ka, diba? Pag binili mo sa grocery, it's 350 a pack. But then if you buy in bulk, like 10 packs, sa online sales, pumapatak lang 275, 290, mga ganon. So yung
mga vouchers.
Ayan din, vouchers. And then, take advantage of credit cards promotions. Kasi yun nga, hindi naman evil ang credit card if you use them correctly. And always, if you pay for something by credit card, make sure that you can pay for it in cash. So whenever you charge, you're just charging because you're just using the 30-day credit or you're just earning rewards points, but no, make sure that you can pay for it in cash. I mean, in full.
In full din.
In full, in full.
Oo, correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Na-mention mo yung health. Very important yung health natin, di ba? Like, pwede yan kumain ng todo-todo sa
Yes.
ating savings if something bad happens to our health, di ba? So it's important to also incorporate that in the insurance, yung mga health insurances, yung
Yung
mga
critical
illness,
Mhm.
yung mga ganyan. So that's something that people need to have then.
Yeah.
Oh, kasi dyan din yung stress pumapasok, we talk about it in our health episode. Kasi we cannot be stressed at this lalo na at this age kasi nandito na yung mga sakit, mga hypertension and all. And if you're sick, you have to spend on it. You have to spend a lot on
It's always cheaper than than tag dito cure. So time, especially at this age, parang spend time and also I guess money to do the checkup. I think when I was younger and andun sa Pilipinas, kung ang general thinking pa rin is I feel fine now, so I don't need to do those checkups. But minsan it's hard to tell di ba? Na parang some illnesses may not show very obvious symptoms. So I think it's very important na mag-allow tayo ng gano'n. Do a general checkup. Some companies, I think, they require that. So if their job,
annual
annual physical exam or something.
Dati ayaw natin yan when we were young.
It's really important kasi baka may makita doon.
Ngayon we have to make sure that our package is inclusive of yun nga mga health HMO, health checkups, ganun. So speaking of jobs din, also minsan at this age din kasi yung more responsibilities, 'di ba? Because the higher your position is, the more responsibilities you have. But then also nandun pumapasok yung stress. So mataas nga yung package, but then yung stress naman nakasama nung job is this high. So yun, take care of your health. Yun pa din yung babagsakan nun.
And for those people who will be going sa mga midnight sale this month dahil magpapasko na, it's easy na to get carried away sa lahat ng mga sales, especially fast fashion. Pero siguro yung tip ko na invest on quality kasi talaga yung fast fashion, yung mga parang
disposable.
Attractive ng price kasi kung magkano lang, di ba? Pero after a few wash, wala na siya. Tapos minsan, I don't know, siguro may mga ibang super sensitive, pwedeng ma-irritate pa yung skin. Pero it's not, if you think about the environment, alam mo yung mga landfills. So, alam mo yun, but if you buy something that's siguro a bit more expensive, pero yung quality niya good and it will last you years, siguro.
Yeah. Or buy ukay-ukay. I'm a fan of ukay-ukay kasi I can see quality materials there. Just know where to buy.
Mga pre-love, no?
Yeah,
pre-love items.
Pre-love. And before you
mura
buy,
na maganda pa.
And also ngayon, napansin ko, ang daming mahilig sa luxury. So just make sure na before you buy luxury items, you can pay for all your expenses mo, yung basic expenses. Kasi minsan yun nga, nauuna yung maglilista ka nga na expenses pero sinisingit mo dun yung expenses for wants. Di parang pagagalitan ka ni Sherwin.
Tapos iba, justify pa na investments daw.
Yun pa.
Deserve.
That's parang buzzword ngayon dito. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, hindi naman sa gawing kawawa yung sarili natin, pero parang I think, do everything in moderation. Halimbawa ako, if parang iniisip ko, if I cannot, kung hindi ko kaya na magbayad in one shot,
you cannot afford it. Yeah.
I'm not gonna buy it. Kung sobrang masakit sa akin na yung magbayad in one shot, then I have to skip. Ibig sabihin, hindi pa ako ready for that.
Yeah. Yun nga eh. If you cannot buy it in cash, yun yung narinig ko to dati. If you cannot buy it in cash, then you cannot afford it. Yung naalala ko kasi, Sherwin, when I saw your slide, next to your tips, meron din yung don't spend based on your emotions. Kasi
Correct.
minsan ganun nga di ba? You're so stressed, galit ako, parang I need to buy something. Meron yung
Yeah, actually, in life naman talaga, you don't decide based
don't
on your
decide.
emotions, di ba?
And also you don't spend, don't be broke to appear rich.
Yes, para putting up appearances na.
Yeah, for the image. So don't spend
Totoo
this.
yan.
Ganun.
Yeah, I think your example, Miss Sherwin, you're driving a 17-year-old car. I mean, right? And there are people siguro who would prefer yung newest model. Pero how much does that cost? Baka naman naka-loan lahat. So,
No, yung car ko, actually yung car ko, ano pa siya, nung, ano siya, it's an Innova car na 2008 model. Imagine, di ba, 2008 pa. And it's been there, kasi okay ang Innova, hindi siya nasisira. Hindi naman sa nagpa-plug ako, pero that's my experience, no? It's a good brand, saka kung ano siya, hindi mahal yung mga piyesa. No? So that's something, of course, if you need to buy a car, yun yung mga consideration din na to look for something that is reliable, tapos yung mga piyesa niya mabilin-bilin, hindi mahal, di ba? So through time, nakatipid talaga ako in terms of maintenance costs, even yung mga gas, hindi siya ganun kasi diesel, so hindi siya magastos. So
okay,
yun yung mga something na you want to also consider when you buy something, no?
And pampamilya
will
pa
help.
siya, no, Sherwin?
Oo,
Parang-
alam mo ba, sa community, sa
Prepared
lingkod,
ka.
it has been our parang school bus. I used to drive people to and from one place to another. And nakatulong siya kasi malaki din siya eh.
and
Mm-hmm.
medyo mataas siya, no?
Dual
So,
purpose.
pod-friendly. Pag bumabaha sa...
Yes.
Madali.
Yung one time nga, dinala ko siya sa kasa, sa mekaniko. And nagulat din yung mekaniko. Sabi niya, naku sir, huwag niyo ibebenta to. Kasi sabi niya, itong mga model na ganito, matitibay talaga yan. Wala nang ganyan ngayon. Sabi niya ganun. So, talagang sa kanila pa nanggaling. No? So, maganda rin.
Isipin ko naman baka mas mataas ang maintenance ng luma. Or dahil kasi
It
Depende
depends.
pa rin
Kung
sa-
talagang, depends din kung well, sige, so medyo ano siya, no? So sa kotse kasi, lalo na pag diesel, para tumagal talaga kotse mo, ang gagawin mo lang is to do regular change oil. Yun yung sikreto ng mga diesel, no? Sa gas kasi hindi masyadong nag-change oil, pero sa diesel kasi critical 'yan. Di ba? Na kailangan pag umabot ka na certain mileage, pa-change oil ka talaga. Tapos yun yung preventive maintenance mo. Tapos the rest would come naman. Of course, may mga wear and tear, pero in general, talagang makakatipid ka kung maalaga ka din.
So, that's one tip sa mga audience natin kung ganun ang ginagamit.
By the way, there's one last na I want to remind lang people. Of course, we've been explaining, giving tips on how to improve their wealth, di ba? Pero one precaution lang talaga na iwasan natin, no? Yung sinasabi natin na gambling. Ang daming lately, Philippines is considered one of the highest number of di ba, mga operators. Not only it's considered para sa, I think it's the whole Asia yata, if I'm not mistaken, parang ganun kalaki ang involvement natin
Kasama
sa gambling. And
Pogo
kaliwat
doon?
yan.
Kasama ang Pogo doon.
Kasama na sila doon. Oo,
Okay.
kasama na sila doon. So, yung mga online gambling, ang dami niyan, sobra. Even yung mga billboard. Kaya nga pag nakikita mo na ang mga ads sa billboards is about gambling, there's something wrong in the society. Diba? Usually, you don't promote this pero it's being promoted in the billboards, diba? So, sad. It's a sad reality, pero we really need to protect and to remind people to stay away from this kasi talaga ang daming nasisirang buhay, no? And kahit na ang galing mo mag-invest, ang galing mo mag-save, pag once na na-addict ka on this, ako,
Parang it's a slippery
mahirap talaga.
slope, no? I mean, for
Yes.
those into it.
So avoid it at all costs. The only way that you'll win in gambling is to stop gambling. Doon ka lang mananalo, no? Kaya yun.
So hopefully, mga listeners, hindi nagagamble or stop gambling.
Yeah, and
Mm-mm.
siguro not to try even kasi I
Yeah.
think that's the slippery slope. I just want to try to see how it is, and then talo ka, and then okay, I want to do it again. And before you do it, nandun ka na, parang addicted ka na. So parang don't even try.
Hindi ka mananalo talaga.
So don't start gambling, stop gambling, live simply, and save for your retirement, diversify your assets.
Yes.
Big tips ni Sherwin.
I think yung education to be try to increase our knowledge about yung wealth management,
Yes.
either by talking to siguro insurance agents, wealth managers, or anyone na in the know talaga. Kasi like us, may mga natutunan kami dito, hindi namin pinag-pay attention yung retirement. So talk to people who know about these things para to increase our awareness and at least malaman natin kung ano yung para sa atin. Tapos yun nga, know your means, go easy sa pag-add to cart.
Yeah, make money work for you and not the other way around. So this Christmas, spend wisely, especially your
Yes.
Christmas bonuses. So Merry Christmas, Sherwin.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas,
everybody.
Liv and Tina. Maraming salamat.
Thank you.
And more
and-
power to your segment.
Thank you.
Thank you. And this will be the end of our first season, mga kamarienda. See you next season. We'll prepare more for you.
See you mga kamerienda.